Hello guys, Major Colton here with another Armored Core build tutorial, and today I'm showing you a lightweight heavy bipedal that is really optimized for urban combat on specific maps. And as you can already notice, I got dual of those quick lock sniper rifles, but hang with me in there and just hear me out to the end. But let's get to it. Alright, well, first let's start with the frame. As for the legs, I use the L2HA 118s simply because they're pretty good, mobility, lighter weight, heavy bipedal legs, and they're pretty fast in comparison to the other ones. As for the core, I chose the CB209 Haikibo because it has a lot of armor, and even though it's a lightweight heavy, you need armor. Like, if you're not using armor, you might as well use a medium. For the arms, use the AB107Ds, and you want to use the variable retrofit so you can get the max armor possible while having while getting the dual shoulder unit weapons so you can maximize your damage output from your missiles. And as for the head, I chose the HF227 Howard Coleman for reasons. But I'm just kidding. I use this simply because it's got good stability, good hacking, good armor, it's good everything. As for the internals, chose the FSL E28, the Ocrit from the last game, simply because it's one of my favorite FCSs. I use it on almost all my ACs, simply because it's got like a huge lock-on size. Its range is like above optimal, and while the lock computation is a little bit to be desired, you can just learn to work with it. I mean, literally, I always use like Tanzis and battle rifles with it, and those have high lock on time, and I still make it work. So I mean, really, just if you can learn to put up with it and just you know get used to it, it's not even a bad thing. You don't even hardly notice it. As for the missile lock computation, I mean, it's good. It's really good. Using this FCS of dual shoulder missiles, it's pretty strong. As for the generator, use the GED G23 because, as I said, this is an urban combat build, and if you were using a balanced or high capacity and you ran out of energy and you just kind of, you're stuck there and your enemy can just manhandle you at that point, and you just can't afford to do that. As for the booster, I chose the BOC H11 to try and put some pep in the step of this heavy ass piece of shit. And by that, I mean we need to get this boulder flying like an eagle. And that's how I'm using this booster. And while some of you might say you want to use the BO set, like these two right here, I use this one on this build in particular simply because it's fast enough, and it consumes less energy when you boost. Like when you actually do the boosting, it consumes less of your energy, so you can go farther and you won't use as much of your energy up. And that's really what it's all about. As for the recon unit, I chose the REX A13s simply because you're going to be in urban combat with this build, and that's 320 range is well over enough for that. And you can put 5 of them down, and they stay there for a hell of a long time. So pretty much you can just have the whole side of your, like whatever section of the battlefield you're fighting in on your scanning area, pretty much. As for let's get on to the weapons, and for the ones I prefer that to be used and the ones I find to be the most effective with something like this is the combination of the AM Bra 125 and the AUB A17. And the reason why I say that is because they both got a lot of muzzle velocity and a crap ton of damage. So you're going to be hitting effective damage both of these, and their muzzle velocity will make sure they actually do the hitting. As for the missiles, I chose the VDF missiles, the Sazanami Model 2s. I really like these missiles for just for a really long time now. But for all of you that might say otherwise, this is the only one that's any good. And also, if you've never looked at the big spreadsheet and you just got turned off by looking at the KE attack power right there, just like, looking at a normal missile, like you just see the 635 and you ignore it, take a look at this. This is the actual damage, 2,489. Ever wonder why when someone shoots you with these things you blow up? That's why. Because they're the most powerful missile in the game, pretty much. For those people that like to say, nah man, don't worry, those things are slow and they'll miss you, let's take a look over here. The Habas high-speed missiles that everyone's so fond of. top cruising speed is only about, like a couple hundred more than this. These are pretty fast missiles, and not only are they pretty fast, they don't even have to hit you. They just get near you and they self-destruct next to you. So you can have a shield out, or they can just be next to you. You think you're gonna dodge, and then boom, they blow up and blow your head off. And also, they have a pretty fast lock-on time. Their base lock-on time is only 30, and max lock of 3. So you're firing 6 of these things pretty damn fast. About the same time you're firing your shots, you're already launching your missiles. So, and same thing here with the base lock-on time with these. You've already fired your missiles before you fire them. But keep with me though. I've really never used these weapons, any of these kind of weapons, the quick lock snipers, on any build before. But I tried to give them a shot on a build like this. I'm like, I wonder how this would work, because initially I was trying to see how fast how low I could lower the base lock on time on some other sniper rifles. And really, I just couldn't get them to be low enough for my taste. And even when I could, they still took too long and didn't do enough damage to compensate. And I really just found that you can just put 2 of these babies on the back, the AM SRB 112s, and you can just pop shot with this shit. Like in an urban combat environment, you can just be behind the building and you just pop out and just volley them with VDS, like, your 6 missiles, and then blast them with these 2 babies, and then go back into cover. And really, in a damage trade-off back and back, whatever they hit you with will not be as much damage as you're going to have to hit them with, I can assure you. Because the only thing like they could do back is use VDFs of their own, and then really they're not going to be thinking about it because you're the one doing the maneuver coming out from behind the building, so they're really not going to be prepared for it. And like I said, you pretty much will be out damaging, just way out damage them, so it's really worth it. And while these only have 8 bullets, they have a crap ton of damage, almost 4,000 damage each. That's like nearly around 8,000 damage just from these, and then 10,000 from the VDFs. So just almost around 18,000 damage every time you pop out at them. So if you think about it that way, 8 bullets are enough. I mean, that's gonna work. So it'd be like having 2 of those 4,000 damage Kurosawas, but with KE damage, so no one's really gonna block it out at all, unless they got a KE shield. In which case, you're gonna hit them for so much damage. After a few shots, it's gonna be gone. But if you don't want to waste it, obviously, like I wouldn't, I would just pop them with the bow rifle a few times, and it's gone, and then they're dead pretty much. But if you like the build, like if you went out and you loved it, or if you used it, like if you went out and used it and you loved it, or if you went out and you used it and you hated it, just let me know in the comment section below. And if you, like I said, like always, comment, like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.